What sort of bearing will this conclusion by Senate Intel have, if any, on what Mueller is finding? Or what should we read into what Mueller is finding from this?
Katie, the nice way to say it is that the Mueller team has authorities, powers, capabilities that the Senate and the House simply don't have. The Mueller team has a grand jury, for instance. They can put people in jail. The Senate and House can't do either of those things. And so I think we should look to the Mueller team and to the investigations in the Southern District of New York as being far more important than what the Senate is doing. What the Senate is doing matters, but not as much as what the prosecutors are doing.
May I make one other point? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, Katie. One other point. The really important word here is direct evidence, and Ken just alluded to it. A judge will tell you and will tell jurors when they instruct them at the end of a trial that circumstantial evidence and direct evidence are given equal weight. Circumstantial evidence is every bit as important as direct evidence, and in fact, in the dozens and dozens of cases I tried to a jury, only once ever did I have direct evidence of a conspiracy. You almost never see that. So to say that there's no direct evidence of a conspiracy is really not all that damning on the facts of the case.
Can you elaborate a little bit more about what sort of information or evidence or interviews, how much more does Mueller have to work with, or could he have to work with, than Senate Intel?
Well, one example, Mueller can get documents from abroad, from foreign governments, from foreign banks. The Senate would have a very hard time doing that. Mueller can compel people to testify through a grand jury. That process, while available in the Senate, is more cumbersome. And of course, Mueller has the threat of putting people in jail. The Senate does not have that threat at all. And so the Mueller team really has more tools. They have more experience. Their investigators are more highly trained, as are their prosecutors. The Senate's work is important, don't get me wrong, but they simply can't bring to bear on this problem the same tools that the Mueller team has.